Hey there, welcome to Coffee with Connie. I'm Connie Fuksa. How are you? So I try to talk to you a little bit, a couple times a week about things that come up, things that I read about, things that I've experienced, things that I shared, because after 32 years worth of owning a brick and mortar business, I had lots of different discoveries, experiences, plus, helping each other share a little bit is a way that we can all be more successful. So I try to share things that I experience, and hopefully maybe some of those things resonate with you, and maybe you can share them with people that you know, or that maybe you can give me some feedback on some things that maybe you think about. So I wanted to talk to you guys for a few minutes about something that I think is really, really important. I think if I asked you to write down 10 things that you were successful in so far this week, it's Thursday afternoon, 10 things that you can say I was successful at this week. These are positive things or great things that I tried and went well for me. I would like to know that you could actually write down 10 things that you did successfully. If I asked you to write down 10 things that you had problems with or maybe failed at, or you tried and it was a loss, it wasn't successful, you'd probably have a much better ability to do that. And here's why. Here's what I want to share with you is, unfortunately in the world, a lot of us see things, give the negativity too much room, too much space in our head, too many things. And I've talked about this before, but this is an exercise that I thought was really interesting and absolutely so true. So we are conditioned to not celebrate or think about or focus on the successes because it may be considered being conceited or self-centered or totally thinking about yourself and your successes instead of focusing on things that went wrong. And so here's what I want to share with you, a little exercise or a little thought about where we came from and why we do this to ourselves. And it's really a little bit self-sabotaging. And I think that probably 80% of the people that are going to watch this are going to agree that when you started out as a child, your parents, more often than not, if you were doing something positive or if you were not getting in the way, causing any damage, doing anything that they didn't like, they just said, hey, go do what you wanted to do. Everything's going great. You weren't rewarded for being good. So unless something happened and they were trying to get you to do something, and so then there was a reward. But think about it, when you did something that was negative, they raised their voice, you were immediately scolded. Think about in school, when school teachers grade papers, they mark a red X next to the things that are wrong, and instead of putting a blue check mark or a green check mark next to the things that are right, it's accentuating the things that are wrong. Not any focus on teachers, just trying to point out a strategy that seems to be across the board and for reference. And so and likewise, think about in sports, when you played sports when you were growing up, when you did something wrong, you got in trouble, everybody yelled at you, shouldn't have done it that way, and this is what you have to do differently. And sometimes they would celebrate, of course, the big things. If you're the football player and you got the touchdown, of course they'd celebrate it, but not very often were the small hurdles celebrated. And so we are conditioned to not celebrate ourselves when we do things that are really good. And I'm not saying walk around and always patting yourself on the back, but what I am saying is that you need to be in the moment with yourself. There's a lot of good things that you do every day. You got to work early. And you've made a point of doing that. You are a really good parent and you make sure your kids have lunches made every day. You take care of a specific thing at your house every day. Maybe you're the one who goes home and cuts the grass once a week. And those things are really important, and those are successful things because you put your mind to it and you got it done. And then we go into a bigger level. You wanted to achieve something specific, and so you fought through it and all those little successes, and you fought through it to get to the end result, which was really positive. So I say all of this to you because I feel like, I know I posted something this morning about being in the, life is awful kind of fishbowl. And, you'll notice that there are people that specifically everything's always terrible. Everything's always a problem. Things are always happening. And it does seem like their life always seems like things are happening to them. But part of that is self-derived. When you have that in your brain and all you do is focus on those tough situations and you constantly put that out there, then you're not celebrating any of the positive things that happen. So if you redirect your brain a little bit on the successes and the positive things that are happening to you, then you'll totally pull yourself out of the "oh, it's always awful" group and put yourself into the "hey, I'm always finding something positive in my circle." Now, to say to you that I always do that, absolutely not. But I'm sharing some things, some experiences with you, because as we all grow, we all go through some different hurdles, things that make us need to go around in a different direction. And when you hit one of those speed bumps, as I like to call them, or something, a roadblock that gets in your way and you have to get around it, there's always a way around it. How are you going to do that? Don't be the one that sits there and says all the time, "wow, my life is awful." Figure out what the positive is that you've done today. You got up on time. Sounds silly, but you did. You made your husband or your wife breakfast. You made sure your kids had lunch. You made sure everybody got on the bus on time. It's you think, oh, those are requirements. Those aren't really positives. But there are people that don't do that. And so those are successes that you've had. And then think on a bigger scale, you had to get a couple of things done today and you went through your to-do list and checked them all off and got that all taken care of. Those are big things. That's really important. So don't focus on the things that went wrong, because those things are going to go wrong. Life is not perfect and things are going to happen. How you deal with what happens is what makes you who you are. And what I'm encouraging you to do is look at the successful things, the positive things, the things that you checked off your list that you were able to get done, because all those add up to that bigger thing. So maybe you think about, I want to have the Cadillac sitting in my driveway. But what does it take to get there? A lot of positive things have to happen to get there. So keep pushing yourself with that at the end of the tunnel on that piece that you want. But what are those successes? Focus on those. Those are good things. You're a good person and you can focus on those to continue to build that momentum of more successful things that you're getting done each day. And stop focusing on the things that you didn't do right, because they don't matter. They're gone. They already happened. It's no big deal. Even if it's something that has some lengthy consequences, how are you going to deal with those consequences in a positive way? One by one, move on. Those things are over. Figure out how you're going to successfully deal with those things moving forward. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I love trying to talk to you and give you some information that I come across that I want to share with you that hopefully helps you a little bit. I try to be a really positive person and I try to give you the information that I find that works really well for me. So I hope that this helped you a little bit, and I hope the positive quotes that we do every day actually help you as well. So I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I'm Connie Fuksa. Thanks for tuning in to Coffee with Connie. I'll see you soon, guys. Bye-bye.